Tonight we report on how a woman was charged for attacking a man with a meat cleaver and how some people are preparing to celebrate the 70th anniversary of D-Day. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The final ribbon is wrapped around Columbia Basin Spring Sports, and a Moses Lake Chief is named to the East-West All-Star football game roster. Here's a look at our Weather Center forecast.
And here in the weather department, I'm almost falling asleep. It is such a boring pattern, but still wonderful days ahead with temperatures above normal. All the details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop. We have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A Soap Lake woman reportedly attacked her neighbor with a meat cleaver and said the victim's girlfriend asked her to kill him. Prosecutors charged Charlotte Clark, a 59-year-old woman, with assault, burglary, and residential burglary. Her bail was set at $50,000. Clark reportedly broke into the victim's Division Street apartment Tuesday night while the man was sleeping. Clark allegedly went into the bedroom and hit the victim in the neck with a meat cleaver. After the victim allegedly wrestled the meat cleaver away from Clark, she reportedly left the apartment and was arrested at home. He was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital for treatment. Court records did not describe the severity of the wound nor the detail of how it occurred. Native Americans are gathering in Soap Lake this weekend for a powwow.
The Soap Lake Powwow is a celebration of Northwest Native American culture. The event takes place June 6th through 8th at Soap Lake's East Beach Park. Event organizer Farron So Happy says the event will feature singing, drumming, and dancing with tribal members in colorful traditional dance regalia. Stick games, a native form of gambling, will also run late into the morning hours, according to So Happy. The Soap Lake City Council recently waived the noise ordinance for the event, allowing participants to celebrate until 3 a.m. Vendors will also be on hand at the event, offering crafts, clothes, and food. The event last year drew about 50 from several Northwest tribes, So Happy said, including the Colville, Spokane, and Yakima. The event put on by the Soap Lake Powwow Association also attracts a number of visitors to Soap Lake. I'm Jeff Shue for iFIBER 1 News.
iFIBER is working with a nonprofit organization to neuter and spay feral cats in the southwestern section of the city. The City Council agreed to work with Utah-based Best Friends Animal Society on a way to decrease the population of feral cats. The nonprofit is providing funding for a person to come in, collect the cats, and take them to a veterinarian who will spay or neuter them. The cats will be released back into the area and be allowed to continue living. The city will be responsible for dealing with any sick cats. Police conducted previous collections and found between 50 and 80 cats in the area. iFIBER police may be issuing more tickets this year to people using aerial fireworks. Last night, the City Council supported increasing enforcement of its fireworks ordinance. The city banned aerial fireworks in the early 1990s after a house burned down. Fire Chief Jeremy Burns said the city has seen an increase in their use during the 4th of July holiday. Police have issued 2 citations since the ban was put into place, and the fire chief and city administrator Wes Crago suggested it was necessary to stop issuing warnings and start writing tickets. The council members agreed. People caught using aerial fireworks in the city could face a $155 fine. The Grant County PUD has been working on ways to improve the survival rate of salmon and other fish at their 2 dams. Reporter Jeff Chu explains how they are doing it.
Wanapum Dam's fish ladders again have migrating Columbia River spring Chinook sliding down a flume into Wanapum Lake. When Grant County Public Utility District lowered Wanapum Lake's level by 30 feet to repair a crack and fortify the dam's spillway pillars, it resulted in fish passage problems. Chuck Allen, spokesman for Grant County Public Utility District, said the water level was not high enough to adequately flow into the fish ladders. So the PUD had to install submersible pumps to pull water back up into the fish ladders. Now salmon and steelhead will be able to swim up into the fish ladder to complete their annual migration to the spawning grounds. On the reservoir side of the dam, a flume was installed to gently drop the fish into Wanapum Lake to journey onward upstream. Allen said the adapted fish ladder is working well. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.